Hi beauties, Jireh here. Oh man, I'm so happy to be back with you guys. Happy Wednesday. I'm gonna be real quick today, you guys. I say that all the time, and sometimes I'm not as quick as I want to be. But will be real quick today because I am on a time crunch. But I wanted to give you guys what the Lord has placed on my heart, because one thing, when I started my journey, you always hear, well, let's go back. You always hear, like, you have to do the work, you have to do the work, you have to grow, you have to go to therapy, all this other stuff. And when I had started my journey, I thought I was doing the work. I thought I had been doing the work, but I was still very much jaded, very much broken, very much had all these walls up because I wasn't doing the work. And I feel as though a lot of time we think that if we're just single, or if we're just not going to certain places or not hanging out with certain people, we're doing the work. And yes, I feel like that is part of it, but I feel like a bigger part of it is, what steps do you implement in your life to rebuild that love in yourself, to rebuild that acceptance, to rebuild that knowledge that you are, that knowing, that knowledge, that's the same word anyways, that that you are accepted, that you are worthy, that you can have it all. I believe you can have it all. Okay, I'm that person. I believe you can have it all. I don't believe you have to choose. To me, it does not make sense that if you're a for real believer, like, because now we got a lot of pump faking, but like, if you're for real, like, you have a relationship with God, you go down in the DM with him, okay, nobody on earth would allow themselves to get beat up, spit on, just trashed, hung on a cross, died, taken away all your sins, and nobody would do that for you to now come and say, hey, let's choose. Do you want this or do you want this? It's just not going down. Like, why did you do all that if now I have to choose, but you said you did it for me? So if you follow me, I'm that crazy believer that just believes you can have it all. God will allow you to have it all. If you believe in him, he is your source, he is your shield, he is your defender. And so, but if you want, you live according to this Babylon system, yes, you will have to choose. Okay, just let that be out there. But I think a lot of us don't know what actually doing the work is. And so I want to give you guys some steps of what I implemented when I called myself doing the work. Okay, one, I you know where I'm going. I recognized where I was. Okay, I recognized the woman that I currently was. Who am I? How do I act? What do I allow to happen in my life? And then in evaluating that, I went forward and wrote down, who do I want to be? Like, what traits and characteristics of people do I like that I also want to be like? I want someone to point out and be like, yeah, man, she's gracious, she's kind, she's sweet, she's loving, she's feminine, she's, like, what do I want to embody? And then thirdly, what is it going to require for me to get there? What habits do I need to start doing, and what habits do I need to stop doing? And that is where I started. And then from there, my work came in listening to people who I believe in. Like, I believe that you can have a whole, happy, healthy marriage, 100% faithful, a team, a partnership, a design and understanding that God created men and women to be together and to be partners, and women need men and men need women. I believe that. So I listen to men who speak about whole, happy, healthy relationships, starting first with yourself. And then I feel as though, this is my words, this is not from someone else, but I feel as though when you are whole and happy and healthy with yourself, and you can trust yourself, you can trust the person, the partner that you're involving your life in, because you trust yourself. So you trust the decisions that you're making. If you have a standard of no one yelling at you, if you're courting and someone raises their voice at you and you politely let them know, like, hey, we're not gonna talk like that in discussions, but they keep doing it, you're gonna walk, you know? So you will end up finding your person who's not gonna yell at you, because that standard is in place. So you can say, like, I'm gonna have this, because you're not looking at if they have money or if they could take care of you. You're looking at you're looking at their character now, you know? And so I started listening to people who align with my spirit, who align with my values, who I want the life they live, okay? If they're not married, I'm not listening to them, because I don't want to stay unmarried. If they are divorced, I'm not listening to them, because I do not desire to be divorced. If they're, an absent mother or an absent father, I'm not listening to them, because I do not desire to be an absent parent. And so for where you are in your life and where you want to go, gain people in your ear who have what you want, okay? Like for me, I am 33. Well, I'm turning 33. I'm turning 33? Yeah, I'm turning 33. I take care of myself. I have good little businesses and stuff like that. And I am currently waiting on my king. And so I would recommend people who are either in my same position, looking to level up and be better and be accountable and know who they are and make right decisions and start trusting themselves. I would recommend those people to listen to me, and younger people who desire to be where I am and see where I'm going. I do not recommend like a happy, whole, healthy marriage woman listening to me, because she's probably going to be like, like what you're saying is good, sweetie, but I've already mastered that. I'm already there. She probably needs to be listening to somebody else, and she could recommend me to like maybe her daughter or a friend or somebody who is trying to get their life in order, But, let's just say I'm for the married woman too, because my messages come from the Almighty above, and he might have a nugget for you, all right? Let's just say that. But you understand where I'm going. And then I started reading books that would help me along my journey. I started, my parents became divorced after 15 years. So I did have, a little childhood trauma of like understanding and navigating that. I went to therapy. I started reading books on how to have healthy relationships, how to have emotional intelligence, how to understand yourself first before you start trying to understand somebody else. So listen to podcasts of people you trust, or listen to information of people you trust. Do not have somebody in your ear who you do not trust, who you do not want their life. Read books that are in line with where you're going and what you believe and what you're trying to heal on. A lot of books that I read are on self-me. I haven't read a book yet. Growth, personal development, marriage, relationships, love, your mind, like understanding your mind, the subconscious mind. I really like understanding the subconscious mind, money, finances, because that's what's important to me. And that's where I feel as though I had struggles in areas in my life before, before I felt like I wasn't good with my finances. I wanted to be a woman who was on top of her finances, I wasn't good in relationships. I was a people pleaser. I needed to understand how to have better boundaries, So that's what I started implementing in my life. And get an accountability partner. Get somebody who you can trust, who sees where you are, who understands where you're going, and who supports you. So when you start tripping, they're like, yo, what's good? Or they stop putting you, I want to say they stop putting you, but they kind of help you stop allowing yourself to be in certain situations or around certain people, because they got your back, And then also journal. Journal every day. Well, you don't have to journal every day, but journal, I would say, at least 3 times a week of your growth. Track yourself. I feel like journaling is another way of tracking. I journal and then I go back and I reread. So I can see, like, even last week, it's like, dang, that's what I was thinking. Like, that's where I was. And I feel as though we grow so much. Even if you're not actively like doing the work to grow, you're still growing. It just sucks because you could be growing with the wrong information. And I desire to grow with the right information. I think it's very important to be intentional in every area of your life. And so by journaling and tracking, you can be intentional with your growth. And then I would say lastly, you guys, be intentional. Don't allow things to just happen to you. You know, don't allow you just to date to waste time. Don't allow yourself to just stay at a job wasting time. Like, don't get me wrong. Use your 9 to 5 to build your business and allow your business to fund your freedom. But don't just stay at a job doing nothing. You know, like if you're at this 9 to 5 right now, be working on something so that you can get out of there and you can truly go out into the world and revolutionize it and fill it with your gifts. And so what are my steps? I said, listen to somebody that is going where you're going. Read books. Okay. What was my third one? Oh, this is not going to go in order because I know that was last, but I did say journal. I said be accountable, and I said have be accountable and have an accountability partner. And it rewind it because this also is off the cusp. Okay, told you time is limited. Didn't take notes on this one, but that's what I did in my growth journey. That's what I'm doing. You know, I'm still doing that because I feel as though until you die, you're going to be growing. And then I also feel as though you don't attract what you want, you attract who you are. And I desire to attract a husband who is in the same place as me or better, you know, who's growing, who desires to continue to grow, who desires to continue to be aware of himself, to be accountable for his actions, to help me be accountable, you know, who allows me to help him be accountable, who sees us as partners. Okay, because bruh, I need you, and let's be real, you need me too. Okay, love ya. But anyways, you guys, I love you guys. Think about what I said. Go and grow. And if you guys have any different tips or, you know, other routines or different things that you implemented or you tried that helped you know that you were doing the work and know that you were growing, please put it in the comment box below so other people could read. Another thing, guys, I didn't put this in there because I felt like I was already doing, this is just a nugget, because I felt as though I was already doing it before, but take control over your health. If you don't have control over your health, that's very important. Take control over your health, because one, I feel like when you start taking control over your health, you start feeling better, healthier, you start feeling more confident, you start feeling like more like, you know, like just like powerful over your life. And I think that does translate into a lot of other areas too. So I love you guys. Bye.